Yes, your father.
Well, hi, Lucy. I'm glad you chose me for this. Was it an easy choice to think of me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the first thing you thought of? Okay.
We're going to be doing a project on community leaders, and I've chosen you.
Well, that's a good choice. You made a very good choice. Mr. Bailey should definitely give you an A for your choice.
Okay. I'm going to be asking you 7 or 8 questions, okay?
Okay.
What do you do for our community?
Well, let's see. You know that I work for the schools, so that's one thing that I do. I'm federal program director for Zanesville City Schools, but I'm also a Fifth Ward councilman. So what that means is the people that live in the Fifth Ward, I represent them to council. So when they make decisions about things like roads and streets and that kind of thing, I vote. And if people have problems, then what they do is they call me and they have me check into things for them.
What are your plans for the future to help our community?
Well, actually, I aspire to go advocate for education at the state level. So that's where I'm kind of going. I'm just testing the waters in politics now, and I hope to represent teachers and kids like you and your parents at the state level.
What are some of the challenges you face?
Time is a big challenge because I'm on a lot of committee. I do a lot of committee work, so I'm on 5 different committees for the city, and then I am on like I couldn't even begin, like the Salvation Army, Genesis Advisory, Zanesville Rehab and Rehabilitation Advisory Board. Boy, I can't even name half of them. I'm on a lot of committees. So time is very difficult because there's lots of things that I want to do. But one of the things that I did was I used to be an at-large councilman. Do you know what that means?
Not really.
Yeah, well, it means that like I was elected by all the people in Zanesville to represent them. And so everybody voted for me, and that's how I got my office. And then what I did was I was responsible for all of Zanesville. Now I'm really just Fifth Ward, but I don't like to say it that way, really, because if anybody called me from any other ward, I'm here to serve everybody. I just happen to be a at-large person in the Fifth Ward, is how I explain it.
How do you overcome these challenges?
Well, sometimes I don't. And one of the things that I have is, I have a daughter, Madeline, and so I have a lot of commitments to her, and I have a lot of commitments to my job. And recently I was elected on the National Board for the Reading Recovery Council of North America. So that requires a lot of travel. I'm also Ohio Association of Elementary School Administrators Board for Zone 9. I'm a director for them. So I keep saying that what I need to do is just kind of concentrate on what I really am passionate about. But to be honest with you, I'm passionate about all those things. So what I have done in answer to your question is I've talked to some of the people that I volunteer and I work for, and I've told them that, if they want me to step down, I will. But I really want to keep working for them, and they've all indicated to me that they want me to stay. So I do my very best.
How did you become a community leader?
Well, let's see. I went about it. I decided that I wanted to be on council, and so what I did was I got together a committee of people that felt strongly that they thought I would be good on council. And so we began to put up signs, and we went to the Board of Elections and entered my name. And then I ran, and I beat out an incumbent an incumbent means someone that already holds the seat, but a Democrat who was an incumbent, and I took that chair. And then I ran again unopposed for the Fifth Ward because Mr. Tarbert went to law director, which opened his seat, and I moved into his seat.
If you could change one thing in our community, what would it be?
Well, I don't want to be too difficult with my answer, but I'll tell you that I really think that we have a lot of fantastic people in Zanesville, but I think that all those fantastic people we have are all working on the same work. So I'll give you an example. Like how many food pantries and food kitchens and food assistance programs. We have so many in Zanesville, and we're so blessed because we have those. But at the same time, I just wish that all those groups that do all that good work, and food pantry is just one example, but I wish they all worked more together because I think a lot more could be accomplished with less effort. I I think we've tried at City Hall to come up with the way that we can have like one place you can go to find how you can get assistance. But when we do that, there are like 20 organizations all doing that same job, that same work, and so I think we need to streamline. And so that's probably what I think is one of the biggest issues in our community. It's just I love our people and I love the good work that they do, and I know we're blessed, but I just want to make it easier for all those people that work so hard.
How can kids become more involved in our community?
Well, we have a wonderful organization with Community Youth Foundation, and they're in South Zanesville on Putnam Avenue, and they do a lot of philanthropic activities for young people and for the community. There are also a lot of ways that you can become involved in the community by, through your school. I think a lot of the things that the kids do that's very helpful is like the food drives and things like that. But you don't always have to wait for your school to do an activity like that. You could always just decide that you were going to do like a food drive or volunteer at the nursing homes. I'm on the board of directors for the board of directors for the Zanesville Rehab and Health, and I know that they love to have volunteers come in. The hospital does. So I would encourage volunteerism, but always do what you're passionate about. So think about what you care a lot about, and then let your heart help you decide what you do. Because you don't need to do something, if you're not into animals, the animal shelter wouldn't be your place. But if you love animals, let your heart guide you there, because then you're going to do what you do with passion, and that's what you have to do. You have to have passion. You have to really, really care about what you do, because that means you're going to be successful.
What made you want to do your job?
Because I realized that there were things in our town that just needed to be addressed, and I found myself making that statement a lot. And then I thought, you know what? I don't have any right to complain if I don't do something about it. So if you're going to complain, you have to also be part of the solution. So I don't want to complain, but at least when I talk about things that I think need changed, I'm out there trying to change them, which makes it a little better than I'm complaining. But if I just want to sit on my couch all day long and complain to everyone that walks by me, that's not right. I have to take a stand. And you know what? Whatever community, wherever you live in your life, you have to live in a community that you care about, and you have to also make sure that you give back to that community.
Okay, that was the last question. So.
All right. Well, thanks for choosing me. Again, I think you did a wonderful job in the choice, and I'm sure Miss Balo is going to give you a great big huge A. It was very nice.